Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In today's session, let's learn a new topic which is called the decorators. So friends, what are decorators in Python programming language? Decorators are a powerful tool in Python programming language. It allows extension of the existing function without any modification to the original or existing function. So suppose our function is present in one of the modules and we want to import that module into our program. So, and we don't want to change the original function. So, it allows us to add additional features without making any modification to the original function. So, let's look into it in detail in the decorator session. But before that, to understand decorators, we need to understand the concepts such as first class objects. First class objects. Second is LEGB rule. And the third one is closures. So to understand decorators in detail, we have to first understand what does first class objects mean and how functions satisfy to be called the first class object. And we have to understand the LEGB rule in functions, and we have to understand the closures in functions. So friends, here we understood that decorators are a powerful tool in Python, and we can enhance the features of the function without making any modification to the original function. So before going into decorators, in today's class, let's look into the first class objects. So to understand decorators, let's firstly move on to the first class objects. So the first point, how can we prove that functions are first class objects? Functions behave like objects. Functions behave like any other objects. Any other object like int or list. It behaves like an object in Python programming language. Just like an int or a list, we can treat functions also as an object. Secondly, we can pass function as an argument to another function. So we can pass function as an argument to another function. Just as we pass an integer or a string, we can even pass function as an argument to another function. We can return function from another function. Return function from another function. So here we can also return a function just as we return an integer or a variable or a string. We can return even a function from another function. And fourthly, we can assign a function to a variable. We can assign a function to a variable just as we do for an integer or list. We assign it to a variable. Similarly, we can assign a function to a variable. So since function class satisfies all these criteria, we can say that functions are first class objects in Python programming language. So friends, to go in deep, function behave like any other object. It's treated as an object in Python programming language. We can pass function as an argument to another function. So we can pass an argument which is a function to another function. and we can return function from another function. Just as we return a value from the function, we can return a function also from another function. Fourthly, we can assign a function to a variable. Suppose there is a variable, we can assign a function to that particular variable. So these are the important points to note for function to be called a first class object. Now let's see how we can pass a function as an argument to another function, how we can return function from another function, and how we can assign a function to a variable. So let's look into it in detail with an example. Suppose I have my function def which is equal to add, and it takes in two numbers a and b, and it performs the addition, that is a plus b. So it return a plus b. So we have a function add which does which takes in two parameters, that is a and b, and it will return a plus b. Now we have another function called multiply mul, which takes in two parameters, and it will return a into b. So these are the function definition. And now let's take in another function called cal, which takes a function as an argument. So it is taking, here we are passing a and b as parameters. Here we are passing a function as a parameter. And now let me say my result is equal to func 10, 3. And now let me print my result. So basically I am taking a function as a parameter and calling that function by passing 10 and 3 as the variables. 10 and 3 as the values. And now let me call this particular function. So let me call cal add and then cal mult. So friends, what happens in this particular scenario? Firstly, all these are the function definition. It doesn't call by itself. Only when we call the function, it gets executed. Then, this is all the definitions. That is the function definition. And here we are calling the function. This is the call function. Function call. This is the function call, wherein we are calling calc, which is a function, and I am passing add as the parameter, which is a function. Add itself is a function, and I am passing this particular function as an argument to this calc function. So here we can prove that we can pass function as parameter to another function. So add is being passed as a parameter to the calc function. So we can treat function as first class objects. So now my func will have the value add in it. Now result equal to func. Instead of func, it will say add. And it is having the parameters 10 and 3. So it will call this function add, and a will be assigned value 10 and b will be assigned the value 3. And then it will perform a plus b, which is equal to 13, and it will pass that to the result. It will pass that to the result. So result will now have 13, and when we print result, it will print 13 on the console. So friends, basically here what we have to remember is we are passing function as an argument to another function. So when we called this, we got the output 13 on the console. And now let me call another function, that is mult. So a function calling a function passing another function as an argument. So now the calc is, let me rub all these things. Now to my same calc function I am passing mult as the argument. So function over here will have mult as the argument. Now if I say func 10 comma 3, so func is nothing but equal to mult. Mult 10 comma 3, it will call this particular function and it will perform 10 into 3 and it will return the result to res. And now if I print result, it will print the value equal to 30 on the console. So friends, hope so you are clear. We are passing a function as an argument to another function. So we can treat functions as first class object, and this concept we can see more in the decorator section. So before going into the decorators, let's be clear on this particular aspect. And one more thing what we should remember here is a function is assigned to a variable. So this particular statement is nothing but function has been assigned to a variable, just as we assign an integer or a string to a variable, we are assigning a function to a variable. So we can say that we can assign function to a variable, so it comes under the first class objects. So hope so friends, we covered 2 points, that is function behave as an object like int or list. It can be assigned to a variable and we can pass function as an argument to another function. Now let's see how we can return a function. So for that, let me take a function def mult x, and then let me call my perform function, which takes in y as the parameter. And now let me say return x into y, and here let me return perform. So I am returning another function called perform. Let me explain to you later. But it is returning, this particular mult function is returning the inner function, that is perform. And now let me call since it is returning, I have to assign it to a variable called x, say x equal to mult 10. Now print x of 5. So friends, what does this program do? It is returning a function. So basically returning a function. But how? Let's see it. This is the function called mult, which has one value called x, variable x, to which we are passing the value from here. Within this, it is got another function. So it is a case of a nested function. Nested function, that is a function within another function. And here it is taking the value y. Now when we call, okay, and it is returning x into y. So that is the outer function variable, that is the enclosing function variable into this particular function's variable. It is multiplying and it is returning that value. And now the main function, the outer function, is returning the inner function, that is perform. Now let's see how it works. Initially, all these are function definition, so it does not get executed by itself. Here I am calling my function mult and passing 10. So cursor goes over here and to x 10 will be assigned. This is the function definition. So it does not perform anything over here. It comes to the return statement and it will return the reference to this particular function. So it will pass the reference of this particular function to x. So x will have reference to the inner function. Inner, that is perform function. So x will have the reference to it. Now with that reference I am calling my inner function and passing 5. So now it goes to this particular function and y will be assigned the value equal to 5. So y will be assigned the value equal to 5 and it remembers the previous x value, whatever is in the enclosing function. It remembers this particular value. We'll see more on it in the closure section. And so x into y will now have 10 into 5. So it will return 10 into 5 and print 50 on the console. So basically what we have to remember here is it is returning a function. So the outer function is returning the inner function, the reference of the inner function, and now when we call the inner function, the functionality gets executed and it will print the result on the console. So here friends, what we learn over here, basically you have to remember that a function returns another function. So hope so friends, it is clear for you. So what is a first class object? It is nothing but function can be treated as an object just like an integer or list. It passes a function as an argument to another function. It assigns the function to a variable and it returns a function to another function. It returns a function from another function. So all these things are very much needed when we go into the decorators section. So hope so friends, it is clear for you the first class objects in Python programming language. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.